So it's finally here. Bethesda. Boy oh boy, you did me so proud, Todd. Bethesda never changes.
You know how much I sacrificed?
So here we are, Fallout 4. It's been 10 years since this game came out, and if that doesn't make me feel like a goddamn unk, I don't know what does, but that's just where we are. So welcome back, my wonderful wise ones, to a fantastic video today, because we're taking a look at Fallout 4, the Anniversary Edition, or the How Much Can We Milk You Edition, the Rehash Member Berries Edition. So today I'm going to be giving you my Fallout 4 review in this current year, and for the future. You know, is Fallout 4 actually gonna be worth playing in 2026? Is Fallout 4 worth playing today in 2025? This edition, let's face it, is a way to scalp money from the new audience coming from the TV show that's going to be coming out very shortly. And then for the next year, you know, fans hankering for more Fallout content will be guided towards buying this Anniversary Edition. So of course Bethesda have once again timed this absolutely perfectly, so it gets released around the same time as the TV show comes out. They've also got the Fallout 76 update coming out, and I've already done a Fallout 76 video, so go check it out if you are interested. But this is kind of sad because this is appealing to non-gamers, and what I mean by non-gamers is people who don't pay attention, new fans of Fallout, that don't know all of the details, that don't know all of the ins and outs of this franchise, and they're going to see that this is the newest edition, the Anniversary Edition, and of course they're just going to buy it without doing the research, without realizing they can play Fallout 4 now for absolutely, you know, a couple of dollars if you get it on a nice sale.
No! 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 No!
You serious?
It is kind of crazy that this game is now 10 years old, and instead of Bethesda going back and touching up this game, think about previous games that have done, you know, kind of celebration, next-gen editions. Think of The Witcher 3, for example, that actually went in and added ray tracing, you know, new features for PC and next-gen hardware and all this kind of stuff. Think about going back to older games like Fable and what they did with their Anniversary Edition. They actually, you know, upgraded the graphics, they upgraded the controls. Bethesda, on the other hand, they just say, it's good to go, ship it. I need money.
I watched the movie and I said, that's our Fallout lady.
I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. I did. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work.
I am planning to do a separate video on how Bethesda treats the Fallout fans and just the IP of Fallout at the moment, because, you know, I've given them plenty of time. I'm not one of these YouTubers that is constantly shitting out, you know, Bethesda hate videos, because I've given them plenty of time, but they've butchered my favorite franchise of all time, which is Fallout. And I just honestly think that they don't truly care about this franchise. They just see it as a way to milk old fans without doing anything with it. And at times it just seems they don't really understand the franchise itself and the history of Fallout. When you look at the progression of all of the Fallout games,
You know how much I sacrificed?
Bethesda are masters at reselling the same game over and over again. It's an endless cycle, and we will be here until I'm literally shriveling up and I just become like an old man and I'm just being sucked dry by Bethesda by playing their same games over and over again until Todd Howard becomes an immortal being to rule supreme over the universe and beyond. This is what's going to happen, okay? This is the prediction for Bethesda in the future. And I think they're kind of scared of releasing you know, the next Elder Scrolls, the next Fallout game, because, you know, they put out Starfield, and obviously it didn't do well. They put a lot of money into that game, and it sunk. So, you know, you could say that they are losing their vision, they're losing their creativity, what made their games great before. But today I'm not going to discuss that. I'm going to discuss the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition and give you my Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition review. Actually talk about the features that are coming to this game. And let's be honest, this is a 10-year-old game, so calling this a review is kind of stupid because we've all played Fallout 4 at this point. I've done many retrospectives on this game, but I am going to talk about what is new and some things that we don't know about. So sit back, relax, my wise ones, grab yourself a cup of joe, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever it is you Americans drink, and hello to all of my UK boys. Grab yourself a cup of tea. Slurp it down. As we take a look at Fallout 4 the Anniversary Edition, and I love talking about Fallout because Fallout is my favorite franchise of all time. I'm actually working on a massive Fallout 4 video now that's transforming it into the next big Fallout game, a proper RPG. You could say it's in homage to New Vegas 2. But that's a project I've been working on for months and months and months, and if Bethesda breaks my shit before this video comes out, I will... As someone who is passionate about modding, you know, it's one of the things I love about video games, and especially Bethesda games, is, you know, it's kind of an art form. You know, you can add to this canvas, if you will. You can customize it, create it your own experience. You know, you can turn Fallout 4 into a happy-go-lucky shooter with beautiful visuals, or in my case, you can turn it into a game that reflects the original Fallout games, like 1 and 2. You know, it's all up to you. It's about creation. It's about adding more mods and customizing it and making it something special. It becomes its own unique game. Every single game is different when it comes to do with mods. That's the beauty of it. So it's gonna break your shit, so prepare for that. And it's just sad because I know so many people who, you know, put a lot of love and attention into this game, making the mods, creating their perfect game, and then it gets destroyed. And the next gen update for Fallout 4 was a complete goddamn joke, okay? This is an absolute insult, and as consumers we need to actually fight back against this bullshit, okay? If you consume this slop, then it just shows that brain rot has completely settled in. You know, we live in a consumer-based society. Without actually having faith in anything higher, we put our faith into products and just, you know, swallow up corporate slop, okay? And as much as you might love their games, as I do, Bethesda games in the past, don't let nostalgia, you know, blind you, because what they're doing is literally criminal and quite disgusting, honestly. If this Anniversary Edition isn't, you know, a heavily discounted version, or it should be free for the people who already own this game, then I think that just shows you what they're doing is purely criminal, and they just want as much money from you as possible, okay? So just remember that.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
So it's going to break your shit, number one. Number two is it's going to add a whole new creation tab, which means paid mods, so you can access paid mods and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, I don't really have a problem with paid mods because you can ignore it if you want, and for people who put a lot of hard work and actual effort into their mods do deserve some money, in my opinion. It's just like any other form of game development, even if it starts out as a hobby or passion. I think that's fair enough. You know, to get on that list, you need to be a high-level modder anyway. They don't just allow anyone to post there. So you don't have to have that. It's going to add like 150 plus creations into the base game already now. So there's going to be more content. But this is the thing. People don't seem to understand this. It's not adding actual content, because there's limitations with Fallout 4 that most people don't know about, and they just look at this and they think, oh, it's a updated Fallout 4, it's a, you know, a next generation version of Fallout 4 with better textures, better FPS and all this shit. No, it's not, okay? It's the same exact game. The engine of Fallout 4 and the modding behind it don't usually allow for massive overhauls of questing and stuff like that, so it's very different from the Skyrim kind of Anniversary Edition, or whatever the hell it was called, where it actually got new mechanics, new gameplay. There is limitations with this, especially to get it on consoles and everything, so don't expect it to be like a brand new game with tons of extra quests and, you know, DLC sized missions or anything like that. Expect lots of skins, armors, and lots of dog breeds. Wow, that's worth like shilling out who knows how much money Todd wants for this game, just so I can play this 10-year-old game with a different dog breed.
You're in the chess club. It was in this video he did for Oblivion. I was like, what? It's like, Todd Howard, you're in the chess club. And Then he checked me out. It's kind of a weird moment. Yes, I was in the chess club. And then I did a ripoff.
This game is already old as hell, so we've all reviewed this game, we all know what this game is, and I will be doing a brief summary at the end of the video of what I think about this game as of right now, in this year, in this current situation. But I highly doubt that you're going to see lots of Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition reviews, because it is exactly the same game. You have to understand, it's exactly the same game, okay? Nothing has changed. But let me tell you the features that are coming, okay? So you are aware and you don't get brainwashed by the shiny trailer or marketing. So it's actually going to be some performance increases. It's actually going to fix some of the bullshit that was broken in the previous next-gen update. So they're literally going back to fix something that should have been a next-gen upgrade when actually it wasn't. Remember when I compared it to the other games that had next-gen editions? Yeah, so they're just fixing some broken stuff that broke the games of many people, especially on PC, like stuttering, bad FPS and all that kind of stuff. It's going to maybe increase the FPS as well, which is nice. It's going to have ultra-wide support for people who do play on ultra-wide monitors and stuff like that. And it's going to have an increase in resolution and all of that good stuff. They're going to bundle in the higher texture packs and stuff like that, but it's nothing new, okay? They're not adding anything to this. They're not remaking any of the textures, they're not adding better lighting, they're not adding any new missions or DLC. The only thing that's been added to this game, like I said, is the creations from the mods. But it does make it a little bit more stable, because this game is a nightmare, as you can clearly tell. You know, in Boston, especially in the city area, it's always terrible. It stutters like crazy. I can't fix it no matter what I do on my mod setup. And even on consoles, it tanks a lot. So there is some stuff that it will make it feel a little bit better to play, which is nice, I guess. So just minor tweaks and fixes. And it's insulting, because as someone who is a massive fan of Fallout, you know, this is the only franchise that I am actually, I would say, a dedicated fanboy of, if you want to go that far, because I don't believe you should, you know, basically be a fanboy of any consumer product, because that's how you get 40-year-old men buying little pop figures, or whatever the fuck they're called. But the problem is, Bethesda themselves, the people behind this, the people who own Fallout now, it doesn't seem like they truly care about this franchise anymore. They've turned it into live service slop for the most part, and I know people enjoy 76, that's fine, and it's good for what it is, but the Fallout identity has definitely been lost with Bethesda. And what they did with Fallout First and what they did with Fallout Day, you know, when there should be, you know, news or at least a snippet of the remake of Fallout 3 that they're working on apparently, or, you know, something like a touch-up of New Vegas, just even a simple port to like the Switch on you know, with New Vegas or something like that, since it's all focused around New Vegas. There's absolutely nothing, and this is what we get. This is what Bethesda gives us. It's just so insulting, and it's just crazy to me that some people still support this, and just, you know, it's fine for corporations just to walk all over us and shake us down for money.
No. Wait.
Luckily for you, if you're tired of relying on third-party mod support that doesn't actually help, and you just want to make the actual base game function better with trainers, simple mods that works, not just with Bethesda games, any game, I've got you covered thanks to today's sponsor, Xmod. Xmod is a platform that unlocks thousands of free cheats, mods, and trainers for your favorite single-player PC games. Now, I've always felt that games are like a canvas, and mods are the paintbrush. They basically allow you to create your own unique experience, and that's why I love modding so much. Now, the main features of Xmod is it supports over 5,000 PC games, from massive AAA games to smaller indie titles. It works well with popular games like The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, Cyberpunk 2077, or Skyrim or Fallout, you name it, it has you covered. With regular updates, it stays compatible with brand new games releasing day one. So Xmod is the best modding tool for anyone out there. Now, the cool thing about Xmod is you get day one access to trainers for the latest games. You just open up the app, and it instantly shows you what you've got installed and all the available mods for that game. It's simple, it's well designed, and it even has a Discord community to help you out if you need it, and that's a huge benefit. So mostly I play Fallout, and this is the game I mod the most, so at times I just need quick access to toggle on these, helpful little mods, and they give me a big boost, because sometimes Fallout can be a bit grindy, but not anymore, because now you can change things like unlimited bottle caps, which allows you to get higher gear. You can get unlimited weight, which is a huge factor if you're playing on a modded hardcore playthrough. I also find it super useful for creating content as well. If you are a content creator, you can turn things off like no radioactivity. This allows you to, stay in, radioactive zones, get the shots that you want, or just for gameplay reasons. So what are you waiting for? Get modding today by using Xmod. Link below in the description. Make sure you go check it out and enjoy the games at their full potential with Xmod. It's crazy to me that now Bethesda knows how successful the Fallout show is and how many actual fans there are of this universe because of the rich lore that Fallout has, the philosophical differences in factions and ideologies that reflect our own real world and everyone's different morality and perceptions. Everyone's arguing about the factions in New Vegas years and years later, which is crazy because this universe is so rich with detail and it's so well thought out. It's not just like a, generic sci-fi post-apocalyptic slop. It's such a great universe with a lot to say. If you're interested, check out my philosophical video about Fallout and my other Fallout videos. I've modded the shit out of these games, but it's just crazy to me that with the Fallout Day, this is what they give you. They know the show is coming, they know it's going to be successful, it's bigger than ever because it's now focused around the best Fallout game for most people, New Vegas, and they don't have anything prepared. They don't even show a snippet of anything that's coming up, and the only thing that they do have is releasing the same old game and then trying to shake down the fans for money. And, they're doing this with New Vegas as well. They're releasing an edition, the exact same edition, but now with like some plastic shit that you get, like an actual physical plastic shit item that you can collect if you really care, and it's like $100. Here it is. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Fallout New Vegas 15th year anniversary bundle. Everything's an anniversary. Wow. Okay, you do get Victor, which is pretty cool. I do love Victor. You get some Rorschach cards. But this is exactly the same game. You can play this game for a few dollars at this point, with all of the DLC. But no, you can actually buy it for $155 just to play the same game, but with some stickers and, one figure. This is what Bethesda are doing to the Fallout fans. And as someone who is a diehard Fallout fan, and I do appreciate what Bethesda have done. I love Fallout 3. I don't care what anyone says. I love that game. I love Fallout New Vegas. That wouldn't be made possible without Bethesda to begin with, for Obsidian to build and work upon the engine and all of this kind of stuff, even though they did kind of screw over Obsidian. The point is, I like Fallout Bethesda. I do like what Bethesda used to do with Fallout, but for years now, 10 years, they haven't given a shit. The only thing that they've done is done a good show, and that's not even Bethesda. They're just, working in partnership. And it's just the level of disrespect and the level of just not trusting the fan base whatsoever and shaking down new fans that I find very insulting.
You know how much I sacrificed?
And also, you need to understand that a lot of the mods that came with the previous, re-releases that Bethesda love to do of their older games, like Skyrim and stuff, they added new mechanics to the game, like fishing or survival. And I know Fallout does have survival, it came out ages ago, but actual new mechanics, or like the Bard's quest line and stuff like that. this is mostly going to be workshop stuff, and a lot of people don't like Fallout 4 simply for the fact that they don't like what they did with that game, focusing on settlement building. So a lot of the mods cater around that mechanic, and like I said, there are limitations. So instead of bringing back the voice cast, which they have done for some lines, and creating an actual, new DLC that they could have easily cooked up, if they just dedicated some of the Starfield developers or, previous people working on this game to make a standalone DLC instead of putting everything into Fallout 76, there would actually be a Fallout single-player experience. And I think people would go back to play this game, even if it is an old game, but just re-releasing it, like not thinking about, the massive appeal of Fallout. It's just crazy to me, and I just find it insulting. I find it very interesting to discuss because everyone now thinks Bethesda is cooked, and I hate seeing these videos. I literally made a video about like how everyone is saying Obsidian is dead, even though they've released a good game recently, in my opinion. But honestly, Bethesda have kind of lost the plot, and it's sad to say. And I really hope that the Fallout IP just gets shipped off somewhere else at this point. Now, is Fallout 4 worth playing in 2025? Is Fallout 4 worth playing in 2026? As we are now approaching that year, and most people will be playing Fallout after the TV show ends, which will be in 2026, when people are gonna be playing the Fallout games again. But sadly, we don't have anything new to go back to. You have to struggle to get New Vegas working. You have to struggle to get Fallout 3 working, unless if you just play it simply, on the backwards unless if you just play it on console and stuff like that, which isn't the greatest experience for these old games now. Or you can play the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, which I guess works out of the gate because that's quite difficult to get working even on modern PCs as well. But you might have to pay a shit ton extra for it. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully it's free. It should be free. But yes, I would say that Fallout 4 is actually worth playing now or in 2026. And the reason why I just quickly want to do this brief Fallout 4 review is just to say that there are amazing mods for this game now. You can literally incorporate the Enclave, and it's like a full quest mod that actually adds choices and changes the endings, fully integrated a lot of RPG choices. There's amazing mods now to make it feel much more like a traditional Fallout game. You have the karma system that you can mod back in, but the point is this won't be released with the actual Anniversary Edition because it has to go multi-platform, so they can't add these bigger mods to have that level of scale simply because of the limitations. So you're kind of getting a half-baked experience with the modding side of things. Not saying that the paid mods aren't worth it, some of them might be, but it's not the same as some of the amazing mods that you can get now on PC. That's what makes this game worth it, in my opinion. I don't like the art style of Fallout 4, but you can fix that again with mods. So when you fix the actual issues of Fallout 4 and make NPCs killable and just make it feel much more like a traditional RPG and a traditional Fallout game, it can be a lot of fun. But without that, I would say Fallout 4 does feel dated.
You know how much I sacrificed?
But vanilla, this game is not the greatest, okay? That's my 2 cents. It's not a bad game. It's certainly, I wouldn't say it's a bad game. In fact, it's a pretty good game, vanilla Fallout 4, but it's not the best Fallout game. So that's why you do need mods, in my opinion, and you can truly make it a great game, which I'm going to showcase, hopefully, if Bethesda don't mess up my literally year project of trying to create something special with this game that I'm excited to show you. So there you go, that is just my ramblings of a madman, because I had to discuss the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, give you a little updated review of the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, what's actually coming to this game, what's being added. It's exactly the same game, so I'm not going to post a full review. I'm just doing this quick early access coverage, just to let you know what they are actually doing with this game, what to actually expect, because there's a lot of misinformation. But again, this is to target the naive and the new Fallout fans when the show comes out and they're looking for a single player experience. But yeah, it's very disappointing what I've seen so far of Bethesda. I might make another video about them shortly because I've got a lot to say. But thank you so much for watching, my wise ones. It does mean a lot to me. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. It does mean a great deal. Become a wise one. Think objectively. And if you love philosophical content and video game reviews, you are in the right place. Subscribe and consider dropping a thanks or joining as a member. That's how you can support more independent channels like myself. It does mean everything, as I put a lot of love and passion into building this community. Take care of yourselves. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace out.